Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 094 of the WA Running Podcast as we record on Monday night, the 20th of October 2025. In this week's episode, we recap the Pemby Trail Fest as well as the first Strive meet of the summer, Program A. We've got Vicky's verbalisations before we close out the ep with this week's Weapons of Warp. Across my screen is someone who finished 18th, and she's put in brackets here first in AC. What's AC? Not sure. At her local park run, Imperial Lakes, for park run number 250. Vicky Richardson, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Simon. How are you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. What's first in AC, like in your athletics club?
Well, I just thought you put 18th, and I didn't think that sounded very impressive. So first in age group.
Oh, age category.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
I mean, you would have finished higher if some of the Team Tina guys and the BTRC guys, didn't show up, right?
I actually think a lot of them only did one lap, and then the ones that were faster. I don't know. Actually, some of them did go off a bit fast. They were meant to be pacing me, and I just couldn't hang on. So
okay. So we can't really blame them, can we?
No, not really. No, it was my fault. It was all my fault.
Okay, we'll talk about your parkrun later in the episode. Across the other side of my screen is someone who was crazy enough to take part in an event. I don't know if he created it, but crazy enough to take part in an event called Mund Everest, which consists of 42 laps of Australia's toughest parkrun. Tom Radonic, welcome to the WA Running Podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Tom, and Simon for the intro. So I think we'll get straight into a bit of a chat with Tom tonight because he's had his dinner and he's ready to go. As Simon mentioned, Tom recently took on Mund Everest. 42 laps of the Mundy Regional Park parkrun, which is around about 220k, I believe, and the equivalent elevation of Mount Everest, just under 9,000 metres. Pretty bloody impressive, I have to say. The challenge was for a really good cause. It was to raise vital funds for Leukemia Foundation in memory of the wonderful and much loved Jeff Hansen. Jeff created Mundy Parkrun some years ago, and he was a pillar of the trail running and the park running community here in Perth. A friend of mine and I had the pleasure of running with Jeff on multiple occasions, and he was just an all-round, one of the very good guys of running. So very sadly passed away from leukemia. Tom has raised an incredible $12,000 already for the Leukemia Foundation. I think still some way to go to meet his fundraising target. So we'll definitely make sure we put the fundraising link in our show notes. Let's get into a chat with Tom and start with a bit about you and your origin story. So what got you into running in the first place?
Well, I stopped playing footy for the mighty Chidlow Cougars back around 2016, 2017. It was a great team of blokes, an absolute awesome community up there. But I was just sort of wanted to try something different for a while, and I was lucky enough to have a bit of a tank on me as far as endurance goes, just in amateur footy. So running seemed like a pretty good progression.
Yeah.
So ended up signed up for HBF Half Marathon in 2018. And naively, I thought that would just flick a switch and then I could be on autopilot and get up early for morning runs and go for runs after work. And how we all have rose-coloured glasses on when we think about what we're going to do in the future. Turns out, it's constant work almost every day. It takes to hit some goals, I suppose. So, did the half marathon, then, sat on my butt for another year after that. And then, one of my mates, I've been friends with him since high school, Darshole, we call him. Well, his name is Darcy, so, close enough. I was on my butt after the HBF marathon. Then, 2019, I was still on my arse doing bugger all, stuck in a bit of a rut, stuck in a bit of a victim mentality sort of state. which doesn't do anyone any good. You know, your sleeve would get caught on a door and whack you in the head, and then you do the whole woe is me for the next 8 hours stuck at work or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I thought it's time to do something decent. And yeah, Darcy got me into David Goggins through the Joe Rogan podcast. And I got halfway through that, put my shoes on and busted out another half marathon straight out of the gate, which, yeah, went quite well. And that's when I found Coburn Spectacles 50K done by Running Works and Chris Lark. And it was about maybe 6 weeks till the event when I signed up for it. So, yeah, pretty much from almost couch to 50K within a month and a half. And, yeah, ended up going all right. Dressed in head to toe with big W gear, so nothing was too fancy. And, yeah, had some Red Rooster for nutrition and some winter gels from Coles, and the rest is history, I suppose.
You're talking my language, except for Winners Gels. But yeah, Red Rooster as pre-run nutrition really goes back to the origin story of my running as well.
Oh, we must be linked then, eh, mate?
So Tom, you go back a little bit. So you did the HBF half marathon, and then you just you enjoyed it. You found it hard. You didn't enjoy it, like you kind of, and you just decided that running wasn't for you, and so then stayed like kind of you hadn't found your thing. Your vibe with it, or what was kind of the aftermath of that race?
It's hard to say. I did enjoy it immensely.
Yeah.
Like I pushed it as well. I ended up getting like an hour 32 or something. So we went. It was a pretty decent effort for me first one, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I wanted to do it. The thought was always there to do it, but actually doing the training for it, I just couldn't get into it because coming from previously team sports, you do have that what's the word? How can I put it? You do have that community behind you, and you do have to go to training and build the team morale and all that sort of stuff as well. It's more of a team effort, and then to go completely solo by yourself, doing it only for yourself essentially it's quite a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's interesting. So then you got a little bit more inspired by getting back into it through David Goggins. And then you found that was a 50K trail run. Is that right?
Yeah,
the next
pretty
one that
much.
You did?
Yeah, it was just 2 variations of the loops down in Coburn, yeah.
And did you feel that then trail was a more natural place for you to be, or, you
100%.
still kind of dabble back in? Yeah, okay.
100%. The community was just more engaging as well. It was it was a smaller group of people too, which made it more of a community, I suppose. People were chatting to each other all the time, and there was that's where I met Tony Smith for the first time as well. So yeah, I watched him beat me by like 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. So that's when my ears started pricking up about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, great. So then you've kind of carried on. So that was 2018, 2019, I guess, by that point, the 50K.
That was 2020 to be exact.
Okay. Yeah.
So I sat on my ass for a good year and a bit after HBF.
Yeah. And so what's kept you running since then? Is it that power of the community and finding your people, finding a team?
The community definitely helps, but the thing that gets me out most days is definitely having a coach, someone to hold me accountable. Because, it's hard getting up early if you don't have to, and it's hard running after work if you can't be bothered. But if there's a training plan there and you're paying someone else to primarily look after you in that space, otherwise just flushing money down the toilet. And they are there to genuinely help you out with any questions that you have as well. Yeah,
I hear you. I agree with that. I love the accountability of having somebody watching what I'm doing. And I think as soon as you pay for something, you've got more skin in the game, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. Agree with you.
Yeah. So then the Stubborn Mule Running Club. So can you tell us a bit about that and what role that's played? Or I don't know much about the Stubborn Mule Running Club.
Essentially, it was an offshoot because my mate started the Perth Active Singles a few years ago. That was probably around maybe 2021 off the top of my head. So yeah, and because me and Chris, who started it, we were mates back in primary school all those years ago, and then all of a sudden he's popped up with this random group on Facebook. So we became mates again, probably a good bloody 20 years later, which was, something different. So yeah, I started doing park runs with those guys, and yeah, all of a sudden I just kept telling them I'm going to start my own running club called the Stubborn Mules, and they just kept encouraging me and telling me I should do it, and then yeah, we finally did it in 2022. So we got the shirts and everything made up. So yeah, essentially it's just another park run club, but everyone's welcome no matter pace. And yeah, we always just go out for coffee and a couple of drinks or maybe bakery afterwards. So yeah, whatever calories you lose, you get them back in. So it's even better.
I think that's always the way, though, isn't it? It's you do the activity, and then you just spend the rest of the time just eating or drinking coffee or drinking anyway. So you kind of gain the weight that you probably would have lost if you just stuck to the exercise bit.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. So who are the key players of the Stubborn Mule Run Club? Like who? So are you top dog? So you're the CEO of the Stubborn Mule Run Club, but who else is in the crew?
I am El Presidente, but we have vice president is Sharon McBain, who we met through Perth Active Singles.
Yep.
And we have little Janet, and she's in the admin team as well. We don't post much on Facebook, which we should probably increase it to get more traffic out there. But we're getting into the big dog's backyard at the moment with the Backyard World Championships.
Yep.
So we're cheering on the Aussies as they keep doing lap after lap.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've probably got a core group of about between 5 to 10 people that rock up every week. And then, we get the occasional people that come by every now and again. So, we're very fortunate in that way.
Wicked. All right, well, let's talk about the Jeff Hansen challenge. So how did the challenge, I guess, first start? Because I guess I'm someone that's reasonably new to the running community here in Perth. So I knew of Jeff Hansen, but how did the challenge first start?
Probably would have been maybe 5 years ago when the first time we did Mundy Parkrun, and Jeff was race director. So he was up the top doing his race directing duties, doing his speech and everything. And then off the cuff, he said, it's only 42 laps till you conquer Mount Everest. And everyone just started laughing. And I thought, actually, that sounds like a good time. So, it was his fault that the idea got put in my head. So we blame him completely. And Jody enabled it from the start. But it did take a few years for it to come into fruition. Same thing again. I was letting my mates know within the club at the parkrun, I'm going to do it 1 year. I might do it next year. I might do it the year after. And all of a sudden last year at Jeff's Memorial Parkrun, I had a chat with Jody and let her know my plans if we call it the Jeff Hansen Challenge, and we raised some money for the Leukemia Foundation. She was all for it. She came up with raising for the Leukemia Foundation as well. So, they were very helpful with Jeff and Jody and Jeff's battle.
Yeah, great. So how does, because, just the thought of doing 42 laps of that course just, as someone that's allergic to trails and to elevation, like it freaks me out. But so how do you either train or mentally prepare for something like this? Or do you kind of just lean into it anyway? Knowing that it's going to be a shit time, or was there a lot of training involved for this challenge itself?
Well, I started doing laps out there probably in December, so in the heat of summer. That's when the air conditioner broke in my house as well, so I was too lazy to get someone in to fix that. So I convinced myself it was just worth heat training, trying to sleep while it's still bloody 35, 40 degrees at night.
Yeah.
So, that kind of helped throughout the summer. But, it's just kept doing laps and laps of Monday, week after week, essentially. So, Saturday, the training plan with Rob Donkersloot, Mind Focus Runners, he would say attack the hills, trail run for 2 hours on a Saturday and then maybe 3 or 4 hours on the Sunday. And that's how we sort of got the ball rolling.
Oh, excellent. So what was support like throughout the challenge then? So, I guess my question is, how long did it take? And then, what was crewing and the support like in terms of, you taking on the challenge over many, many hours it took?
To be honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed by how long it took me, but considering the elapsed time and the moving time on Strava. But, you get that sometimes. I think, moving time all up was like 38 hours, roughly.
Yep.
But elapsed time was 57, 58 or something ridiculous. So every single lap I'd sit down in my camp chair and put my feet up just to get some of the pressure off the feet. Because, just those downhills were absolutely diabolical on the bottom of my feet. The muscles and that were fine. The amount of training I did out there, I did a midnight challenge in the lead up to it, inspired by Abdul. So I started running at midnight out there, and we finished at 9 a.m. So I ended up getting like 63K or something out there for that time. And before we had the Channel 9 interview, the Saturday I did the marathon out there, and then the Sunday another marathon. And then we met Channel 9 and they made me run the harder section while the drone was out. So it was a bit cooked after that. As far as crew goes, they were absolutely phenomenal. It was probably my fault that my feet it was my fault, definitely, that my feet ended up in the shape that they were just from the constant pounding. They were, just can't fault them at all. Ben and Karen Ridley were absolutely amazing. They helped me out all night Saturday. They helped me out all night on Sunday, and they were pretty much there all day Monday as well. And they were doing all the hard yards, making sure I was trying to get some sleep and feeding me dinner and taking my shoes off and changing my socks and all the gross stuff.
So, Tom, were you approaching it a little bit? Have you done a backyard ultra? I don't know whether you have one.
I did one. I did Hurdies as a training run in 2023. Okay. So, we got 25 hours for that one. And that was just to see how the body would go over 100 miler, because Light Horse a month later was my A race for that year.
And so would you liken it to a similar format? Because you said you were sitting down in your chair at the end of every lap, having a bit of a breather, getting your legs up. You were obviously trying to get some sleep at certain points.
Yeah. I suppose you could say that. Most of it was just being a bit lazy, to be honest with you. I was spending a bit too much time in the chair, and I was getting looked after as well. So, sometimes you just didn't want to get off your ass, but it happens.
This is meant to be an inspiring interview about your incredible challenge that you worked so incredibly hard for.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth, mate. I'll be transparent.
I mean, it just sounds to me you were just loving the fact that you were being treated like royalty, like Phil Gore, just sitting on your chair while people are just massaging your feet and stuff.
Oh, it was great. Ben was rubbing in the bloody physio cream into my calves, and I was getting spoon-fed bloody Jell-O cups, and I was just having a great time.
Simon, can I ask you a question? Have you done this parkrun? Have you done Monday?
I have not done Mundy Parkrun. I hear it is a shit time, so I've never ventured that way.
The first lap's the hardest, mate. That's what I have to tell you.
Okay.
After that, you're all right once the body warms up.
What is the course record? Do you know from the top? Like, how fast can someone do that parkrun in?
One of the guys from Manning Park Trail Runners beat it a couple of months ago. I think it might be in the 19s, possibly sub 19. I'm not too sure.
Because it's like, so how? What's the elevation for 5Ks? Well, like 200 and something, right?
Google reckons it's anywhere between 215 to 232 meters of elevation.
Shit.
The uphills aren't too bad. It's just the downs that'll get you, especially in some of the spots that can be a bit precarious. There's a few ankle snappers littered throughout it, and if you're not careful, we had some injuries with supporters as well. So,
wow, you're really selling it.
Injuries with supporters. What were they doing?
They were coming out for a few laps. We had a twisted ankle.
Oh, okay.
We had one of the regulars ended up stubbing his toe, and he went arse over tit, head first, right in the dirt. We had young Levi's missus. She ended up going arse over as well and ended up cutting up her knee, so she had to drive herself to the hospital to get it cleaned out. And
oh my goodness!
Yeah. The average finish time for Monday is 42 minutes. Can't find the course record.
That's because they would have got rid of those course records, right? Yeah. Oh my god. That's hard. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it anytime soon.
When you're ready for trails, mate, hit me up.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you know.
You too, Vici.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not very safe on trails. I'm pretty accident prone.
Yeah,
I actually remember being out with Jeff on a trail run where I think we were doing a bit of feral pig or something like that, and I reckon we were, I don't know, like maybe 500 meters in, and I fell over a branch, and like I got blood all down my legs, and everyone was like, "What on earth are you doing?" We literally just started.
Just trying to get out of it by the sound of it.
Yeah. Oh no. I love it. It's just I'm just fall over a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast, but I think one of my 2 falls that I've had, while running, one of them was at a traffic light, and I was it was the green man, and I just took off, and I just literally face planted, and like, yeah, I'm not to be trusted on trails because yes, I too am very clumsy.
Yeah, but then I mean, having said this, I fell over recently down at the end of my road, pretty much bashed my my face off a wall and chipped my tooth. So that was on pavement.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be trail.
Yeah, true.
So back to you, Tom. Obviously, yes, you've built up to this challenge, which sounded like it was a brilliant time and hilly. You've done a fair few other races. Talk to us about some of the other events that you've taken part in over the last sort of 5-6 years that you've been running, and which ones stand out?
Well, the first one down in Coburn, that was the one that really lit the fire in my belly. And that's, like I said, that's where I saw Tony Smith's name come up first. And then, I decided that I wanted to have a coach. So then I got involved with him, and Ryan Chance came on board. So, he was my first actual coach, and it was hard work. Lots of speed work, which did kick me up the arse a fair bit. But it was good for the soul, getting up at 4 a.m. and doing just over an hour worth of speed running, and then going to work for a full day. And that was really what got me, was just the hard work and the amount of accountability you have to get into it. And that led me from the Coburn to the multi-stage ultra, another Running Works one, which was a 50-miler down in Gosnells as a stage race on the side of a hill pretty much. And so pretty much you start off with a half marathon, then it went up to a marathon, and then a 50K, and there was another distance in there somewhere as well, the 50-miler to finish it. And that was when I first got to meet Michael Hooker, who absolutely dominated this. He's an absolute weapon, that fella. So we did that one. Me and Michael were the only ones to actually finish the whole thing. So, once again, I thought I'm actually not too bad at this, so if we keep going, we'll see what happens. And that's when I came across the CAP Ultra, which used to be an Ultra Series 1 a couple of years ago. They don't do it anymore, unfortunately, just with there's too many road crossings, and then you need too many volunteers to make sure that, no one's going to come out and get hit by a car. But that one was 100K, starting in Mundaring, went down to Bellevue, and then up to Warraloo, up in Perth Hills and back again. And that was good fun. So, that was another decent time. Once again, you meet some amazing people out there. And just all of a sudden, when you're in a real dark patch, when your body doesn't want to go anymore, your mind's gone at some stage. And then, just someone comes out of the blue, whether you stay in silence for 5 or 6 hours or you're just chatting shit the whole time. It's like a kindred spirit, misery loves company type deal. Here, the both of you eating a giant shit sandwich together, but you'll get through it one way or another. And we did that one, and later in the year I did my first marathon after the 100K, which I don't really recommend, to be honest with you.
What was your first marathon?
Was Perth Marathon.
Yeah, okay.
Probably 2022, I think, roughly off the top of my head. But once the mindset goes, I've done 100K, so then a marathon should be easy, but it doesn't work like that. A marathon is still hard, and it still needs to be respected. So we learned that the hard way.
Yeah, but such a different game altogether, though, going from those like big, long trail races where you're out there with just different type of people doing it for different reasons don't then transition into a road marathon.
Yeah, it was just a completely different group of people. But it was still good fun. It was you meet a lot of decent people at these events. There's not many idiots who are willing to put themselves through all sorts of pain and suffering voluntarily.
So
Nice.
do you prefer like the longer and the harder? Is that where you like thrive? Do you think?
I don't know about thrive, but it just it just seems more palatable. Seems more of a reason to do it is push for distance and push elevation than just trying to get a faster time. Like once I've done one distance, it makes it hard to want to do it again type thing.
Yeah,
So,
right.
it's the same with backyard ultras. I've already done one, but definitely I could push further and harder if I felt like it. But I don't know, it's just hard to do something that I've already done before.
So do you think that's what led you to because obviously there's more and more of these things popping up now where they're not an organised event. It's something that Jeff inspired you with the idea of running Mundy 42 times to get the elevation of Everest. Obviously now there's, we talk a lot about the recent FKT attempts on the bib and there's plenty of them about and other people all over the world that are coming up with these challenges. Do you enjoy the idea of doing something like that because it's something that potentially nobody else has ever done and it's new and it's maybe going to be a once-off for you?
I do like the idea of doing it and, just choose your own adventure. It's the most fun you'll ever have. You get to have your mates around with you. Everyone, people like to crew you for these sorts of events and that sort of stuff too. And there's nothing wrong with doing laps as well. It's good. The monotony is good for your soul as well, especially when you get nice views out there. And
awesome.
Yep. I'd rather just, choose your own race, choose your own adventure. So there you go. You can do it at your own speed as well. There's no worry about cut-off. If any of the crew want to come out and say if they just want to come out for maybe 10 to 20 kilometres, there's no law against it. You can just do whatever you want to with whoever you want to. Just a lot more freedom.
Make up the rules as you go along, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, so with that in mind then, so you've conquered Mount Everest. What's next for you, like in terms of the next big thing or the next big challenge? Like, is there anything that's fueling you in terms of getting your ass out there and doing something new?
I was just having a chat in the group probably about an hour ago when I was going through the notes for this podcast. And something just struck me like a bolt of lightning. But also I may have to do it again because I did make a bet with one of our guys out there at the top of one of the hills. If certain conditions are met, I'll have to do it again, but in reverse. And if the conditions are met on his side, then he has to do it without delving into too many details. But either, we'll have a good time. But we were chatting about an event for next year, depending who has to do Mund Everest again. Possibly a cow to coast run, just for something different.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Starting Kalgoorlie and finish at Hillary's Boat Harbour, which is about 600 k's away.
I thought you meant Kalamunda. I was like, oh, that sounds nice.
We might go to Kalamunda.
How far is that?
I think it's just over 600k. That's what Google Maps says. If you go by the walk route, which might be the driving route.
Yeah, okay.
But I only just put it in the group chat like a couple of hours ago.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna have to look that up. So do you have any other than a potential run from Kalgoorlie to Hillary's Boat Harbour? Do you have, if you were to, your dream either race or dream run? In terms of a location, what would that be?
Ooh, Europe would be pretty cool, doing point A to point B, maybe through a few different countries or something, potentially.
Yeah,
just something big, long and dumb, It's just good for you.
What about running the entire length of the UK?
Run Britannia, you reckon?
Yeah.
Possibly. Like, I've been chatting to a mate. Potentially Scotland, depending on what he's up to over the next few years. So,
Yeah.
The world's your oyster, essentially. You can do whatever the bloody hell you want to, as long as you bloody train for it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Any
Well, so
adventure's a
Vicky's,
good adventure.
yeah, no, sounds good. I mean, so Vicky's just looked it up, 604 Ks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's a great one. We could do a whole series of them. We could just pick a random, just drop a pin on the map and do wherever it is to coast.
Deal.
It's a great idea.
We might as well do it back
I
again
think-
as well, just to get 1,200 Ks.
I prefer the idea of Kalamunda to coast, though,
Yeah.
which is more like 50K.
If you start at Kalamunda, we could meet up somewhere on the way through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Vicky, you've always wanted to do an FKT, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do one.
Yeah.
I found one where no female has done it solo, so I think I could win. If there is such a thing.
You just need to finish it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's
Which
probably
one's
a
that
reason
one?
why nobody has. It's a circular route down south somewhere. It's only 80K, so not like
She doesn't want to say where.
No, I'm not going to tell anyone. It's a secret.
So
Doesn't
circular 80K route somewhere down south.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the only clue. All right. Well, thanks for the chat, Tom. Stick around because we'll talk train weeks and other stuff on this episode. So let's get straight into training weeks. Vicky, how was your week?
Yeah, it was okay. I did. I put a lot of notes in here actually, but I'm not going to talk about them all. So I was building up this week to my 250th parkrun at Perry Lakes, which has taken me a grand total of 15 years to get to.
Yeah.
And I think it was nice how many people have congratulated me on getting to 250, but it's really not that impressive because there are a lot of people that started parkrun a long time after me, and they're already well over 500. But anyway, it was a nice week in the lead up to that. So I did I did some hill reps this week, which was nice on Scenic Walk in Bold Park. And then I had a couple of days. I just feel like running's really up and down for me at the moment. I have a couple of good days, a couple of bad days, a couple of good days, and it's kind of a bit like that. But so yeah, ran every day apart from Friday, I think. And then I did Perry Lakes. I did a warm up. Tina had set me a 5K time trial as requested.
Yep.
And a couple of the guys from Yellow came down to run and had offered to pace me, but they went out too fast. So, they went out at the pace that I should have been running, but I couldn't hang on. So,
what was the game plan heading into it then?
Well,
so what were you aiming for?
So my park run, I want to run a sub 20-minute park run eventually, or a sub 20-minute 5K. This has been a goal for a really long time, and if I kind of pick it up and put it down and pick it up and kind of it's a long and winding road, I think. But I think probably my fastest park run for 5 years has been about 21:35 ish. So I think I ran like 20:09 back in 2020, but I haven't run anywhere near that time since. So I was like, well, maybe I could run under 21:35. That would be a good start, and then we'll chip away. So anyway, ended up going out about what was meant to be 4:14 pace, and within 2Ks, I was kind of really
done.
A friend of the show, the Jaeger King, Brian Book, and the almost last person standing, Mark Smith from Wolves, were there, and they were running with me. So we ran, in the end, we ran 21:31. So it was my fastest 5K since 2020, but it was,
good.
I thought maybe I could have gone a little bit quicker. I did fall off a cliff. But then it was good fun. Yeah, it was a really nice morning. Lots of people came down. We had cake and everything was lovely. And then on Sunday, I did a long run at City Beach and ran too fast. And that was my week, 61 Ks. It was good. I feel pretty good. Quite happy with that.
Are you blaming the guys that you ran with on Sunday for the speed in which you ran your long run?
No, it was completely my fault. I was telling them that I was going to run at the back because they're all too fast for me. As you know, BTRC, they are far too fast for me.
Yep.
But I pushed the pace pretty much all the way back from Scarborough, from Trigg, Scarborough, and was getting moaned. I was like, this is a bit quick. And I'm like, yes, because you're going too quick. So, yeah. But yeah, so I did that. It was a nice run. I felt good. Nice morning yesterday. And that was week 3 for my last person standing competition. So 3Ks for week 3 ticked off. Now on to week 4.
Wonderful. So how many people are in this last person standing challenge of yours?
71.
71. Okay. And has anyone pulled out already, or like we've still got the 71?
No, I think they're all going still. It's going to be a long journey.
Yeah, fair enough. And did you say that Matt Maguire is in this challenge?
I believe I saw his name. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've seen him running.
Yeah.
Strange.
Maybe it's a different Matt Maguire.
Oh, okay.
I will have a look.
Right.
Why don't you talk us through your recovery week from Melbourne?
Yeah, look, I'm making the most of the fact that, I'm not really training for anything anytime soon. So it was a nice 28Ks this week for me, following on from Melbourne Marathon last Sunday. Just easy running. It's nice. Everything's working, which is good. I think Tina got me doing maybe 5 runs, but just decided to just make the most of, recovering really. So, when did I run? Ran on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I think, from memory. No, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Feeling good. I was hoping to feel more excited about running sub 3 last weekend, but it's kind of feeling pretty anticlimactic a little bit 1 week on from it. I think, reflecting, 1 week on, I'm satisfied at how I executed it. I'm pretty proud at how I was able to stay focused in, I guess, the tough spots. And every time I've run a marathon, I've always fucked it up from 30K onwards. And it's nice to know that I didn't do that, which is nice. And I think, even leading into the marathon, I know that there was some sort of pressure, but overall I was in a pretty good headspace. So work's been pretty good. Family's been good. I've been quite intentional about laying low in the days leading up to the marathon as well. So not using up a lot of energy. So the day before, didn't really hang out with anyone, which was good. I kind of just hung out with Nari, who was only 400 meters from my hotel. So just kept the interactions to a minimum. And I think that all kind of paid off on the day. I guess if I was to do a marathon anytime soon, I'd be taking in, those lessons learned and what went really well. So, but, in saying that, no marathons anytime soon. I'm chatting to Tina tomorrow about what my game plan is over the coming months, because I have signed up for track this summer. So we'll see how my hamstrings and ligaments and all those funny body parts will feel full sending an 800 meters at the end of November.
Summer of speed.
So I think I'd like to work on the other distances in 2026. So over summer, I'd like to get the 5K time down. So I do have, 5K planned, like penciled in. So do you know how they've got the night of the 2 and 5 usually in January sometime? They do a community run. I've done that for the last couple of years, and that's kind of fun. So I've targeted that as a race of the summer, I suppose, in terms of trying to get the 5K time down. and I've penciled in some short distances in the lead up. So I've penciled in 800 meters at the end of November, 1500 on the 5th of December. And then there's like a 5,000 meter race just before Christmas. I'll use that as a bit of a trial as to see where I'm at before the big dance on the 24th of Jan is what I'm penciling in my head. I am freaking out about the idea of racing in spikes for the first time, racing against a bunch of 13-year-olds and getting my ass kicked, but that's all right. We'll find out.
It doesn't appeal to me at all, I have to say. Like, running a fast 5K appeals to me. Running anything shorter than that does not appeal.
Yeah, I was looking up. I was chatting to who was I chatting to? Charlotte, right? So I know Charlotte did track last summer, and I was just looking at just her times as a bit of a comparison, and I think she did like an 800 meters in 2 minutes 31, which is fucking wild in terms of speed. So I just can't see myself running that fast without pulling a hammy. So I don't know. I'll see how we go. The body feels great post Tamara, so I'll take it easy this week, but we'll see what kind of psycho workouts Tina's got planned to get me running on track is the plan. But yeah, this week we've got John Gilmore on Friday. I'm pacing a mate in the 10K. So yeah, Brendan is hoping to run a PB. I think his PB is like 47 minutes, I think, in the 10K. So he'll be in the first race. So that would be nice to pace him this Friday. And then next week, if the body feels good, we'll be back to normal training.
All systems go.
All systems go. Yeah.
Going back to your comments about Melbourne and your feeling that it was a bit of an anticlimax, do you think that was to do with the fact that it's been such a big thing that you've had so much focus on for quite a long time now?
Yeah, I think so. If anything, it's probably more and more relief that I think about. Actually, the last week, sleep has been very good. So
that's great.
It probably has meant that the last however long I've been thinking about going sub 3 has been on my mind for. The sleep this last week has been good. You're probably right. Like, it's probably been on my mind since a year ago, really. Maybe even longer than that. So it's good to finally put it to rest and have the monkey off my back. And I think still I'm not motivated to go beyond 257. Linda calls bullshit on that, but I think the plan is, if I can work on the shorter stuff in 2026, and then I look at my marathon time and feel like it's pathetic against the rest, maybe they'll get my ass into marathon training maybe in 2027. I guess Tina's sort of mentioned that a Japanese marathon might be good for me once I'm ready to get back on it. So maybe a 2027 holiday to Japan, chucking a marathon in there might be the game plan.
I would say that a sub 3 hour marathon is never ever going to look pathetic. That would be my
true. Yeah. So with
closing...
that in mind, I might never do a marathon again.
Yeah, but and I think if you didn't, then that would be something to be incredibly proud of, because it's an awesome achievement. Yeah. So yes, you've talked kind of about how you feel. You feel it was a bit of an anticlimax, but I think we should be celebrating the fact that you ran that time and you tried really bloody hard and you got there and you did it, executed it almost perfectly, apart from the poor quality finish line photos due to the legs that were giving way in the stadium.
Yeah, like the photo where the beer can beat me in the finish line will never see the light of day. So no one will ever see that. So I got beaten by a guy dressed up as a beer can, Tom.
That makes sense. Yeah. How fast did he do it then? That's amazing.
He 256. He's someone that can run sub 230. and some sort of marketing ploy thing. He dressed up as a better beer can, just chilling at 409 pace or whatever it is. Yeah,
what an absolute weapon!
Absolute weapon. Hate the guy, but absolute weapon.
He's not getting a weapon of war at war.
Yeah, nah, fuck it. Tom, how's your week in running been? I guess post a challenge like this, what's running for you like in the last couple of weeks?
I've done pretty much bugger all, to be honest with you, which has been nice for a change. I can finally get around to some home improvement things that have been putting off since the start of the year. Finally got around to weeding my back garden, and my hamstrings are sorer from that than the bloody Mundy challenge. So a nice or something to that. I mean, that's why the old people are so fit, because they spend all their time in the bloody garden, but who knows what's going on. But yeah, we did helped out at Mundy parkrun on Saturday, and that went all right. Almost bloody snapped my ankle, though, not paying attention. A bit silly considering what I just did, but, you get that sometimes.
The irony of you snapping an ankle at Mundy parkrun, the flattest,
parkrun
in Perth.
I don't know what happened. I was just, I don't know. The stupid thing is I was just meant to be handing out the finishing tokens as well, but I got there a bit early and just went for a jog regardless. So, oh well.
Oh, good on you for volunteering. Good. We love volunteering.
That's
very good.
Always good to help out. The mules usually have Belinda, who's keen to. She's usually race director up there, so yeah, we help her out every now and again.
Oh, wicked, wicked. All right, well, let's get into local results. So we had the Pemby Trail Fest that was over the weekend, with runs on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Vicky, take us away. Some of the results from the weekend.
Yes, so we'll go straight into the 10K or the blue course. So in the men's, Caelan Bennett was first in 43.22. We had Grant Lodge in second in 54.37, and third was James Ganaway in 58.28. And in the females, Sarah Vinny was first in 52.23. Jacqueline Artis was second in 53.15, and third was Jane Sarah Bosveld in 57.01. The black course, which was 22K, first place in the males was Brendan Verrier in 1 hour 25 minutes. Clint Riley was second in 1 hour 28 minutes, and Paul Gochi was third in 1 hour 33 minutes. In the females, first place was Jess Reynolds in 1 hour and 34. Petra Gerangian was second in 1 hour 39, and Alicia Floyd was third in 1 hour 44 minutes. Then the double black, so that was the double black trail marathon 50K. Luke Whitaker was first in 4 hours 12, Ben Nielsen second in 4 hours 25, and Will Mossop third in 4 hours 33. And then the females, Maluka Bancroft was first in 4 hours 14. Kirsten Burst was second in 5 hours and 2 minutes, backing up from her marathon win last weekend. So pretty incredible effort there for a 50K in just over 5 hours from Kirsten. And then third place female was Kelsey Fox in 5 hours and 8 minutes.
Very good. All right. We had the start of the Strive program A, on the Friday night. So we've got the 400 meters and the 1500. So in the 400s, we had Olivia Dodds running a time of 56.61, and Imogen Russell in 56.93. So both, reaching national qualifiers. So congrats to the both of them. In the men's, we had Adam Kopp running a 47.88, which is also a national qualifier for Adam. So congrats to Adam as well. Tom, how fast do you reckon you could run a 400 meters?
I got no bloody idea, to be honest with you. It's been a long time since I've done any sort of speed work. I know what my 5K PB is, but yeah, that's about same as Vicky. That's about as fast as I goes for a 5K.
Yeah. Well, just to put Adam's time in perspective, Adam's 47.88 is 1 minute 59 per K. in terms of speed. Fucking ridiculous.
That is
So quick, eh?
it's inhuman. What's his
Yeah, I don't know.
secret? How?
Yeah. He is pretty tall, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, half as many steps for him as the rest of us. Is that how it works?
Us being mortals. Yeah, so no, congrats, Adam, for getting the time. And then we got the 1,500 meters. We had Leah Allen running a 4:36. I think that was also a national qualifier. And then we also had Isla Mulroy. I think she just misses out the open time because I think the women's 1,500 meter national qualifier time is 4:40. And then in the men's, we had Ben O'Sullivan running a 3:59. So some speedy times in the first drive meet. We'll find out how I go in the fucking 1,500 meters in December. All right, we have upcoming events. So coming up, we have John Gilmore this Friday at Coca Park in Cannington. So there's 2 races on based on your anticipated finish time. So we've got the first race at 6 p.m. if you think you're going to run over 40 minutes. And the second race, I think, happens, 7:40, somewhere around there, for those that can run a 10K in under 40 minutes. And then at the start of the evening, you've got the Canning District's 1 mile run, which is held by the Athletics Club there. So I've done John Gilmore, I think, for the last couple of years now. They do a banging sausage sizzle there. So, I kind of convince the fam to watch me do 25 laps of a 400-meter track on a Friday night. So
I'm still in 2 minds about it. I'm tossing up between doing that and going to see Mariah Carey.
Oh. Surely it's 25 laps in Cannington.
Yeah. I just can't decide which one I'm going to prefer by the time we get to Friday. So I'm just like not making a decision.
Oh. Is the decision not obvious? Like, why would you? Or you just love running so much that, fear of missing out.
No, yes, I feel like I'm going to really miss out. I know I'm going to be like, oh, God, I wish I'd gone to the track and run around it 25 times rather than standing here singing to Mariah Carey. Just, don't know. Such a hard
25
decision.
laps of the stadium and away you go. Best of both worlds.
Maybe we should put a poll up and see what people think I should do.
I mean, it's probably, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that after the record. I'll put a poll up tomorrow. And then we've got the Perth Duathlon. So on the Sunday, you've got the 5K, 10K and the half marathon in terms of the running events. I think last year we had Liam Kamudu smash out a 10K, I think in 33 minutes on a Friday, and then raced a 5K on Sunday and got a pretty decent time as well. So I think he took out the 5K at the duathlon. So well done, Liam. Then we've got the Coast Trek Margaret River on Friday the 31st of October. We've got the Feral Pig Ultra on the 8th of November with a whole bunch of distances there. I call it the pig race because when we did a community run, I think at the F45, I think the person that was running that run club just wasn't sure what race she had signed up. So she just went, I signed up to this pig race. It took us a while to figure out that she meant Feral Pig Ultra. So that's on the 8th of November. We've got Freo Running Festival on the 9th of November with 5K, 10K and the half marathon, both as a solo race or in a team relay.
Are you doing that one?
I am doing that one. I'm part of a team relay. So we'll try. I'm doing the first leg. So the first leg's a 10K. So I'm going to try and smash out a 10K decent time. See how we go. I think Chris is signed up for the 10K. So he's hoping to avenge some demons because I think we took on the pod a week before Freo, and then when Freo came around, he did after 5Ks. So he's looking to avenge the demons of last year. And then we've got the Run Bib Track Stage Run that goes from Friday through to Sunday. And then I think to cap off, mid-November, we've got the Turquoise Coast Running Festival up in Jurien Bay. that's it for upcoming races. So any of those races interest you, either Vicky or Tom?
Feral always does, even though I haven't done it yet. But one year I'll get around to it.
Yep. And if you're after the 25 laps of the stadium this Friday, Vicky, what's your game plan? So it's just really doing a sub 20-minute 5K.
Yes. Well, because I'm not sure of my plans over the coming months, because at some point I'm going to need to go back to the UK and spend some time with my mum. So I'm just leaving my calendar open at the moment and not booking in any events. So I'm kind of just making last minute decisions, hence why I hadn't decided on that 10K track race. So yeah, I'm not going to enter anything. Parkrun is there every Saturday morning for me, should I wish to run it. So I can do that whenever I fancy, really.
Whenever you feel like it's a sub 20 day.
Yeah, well, I feel like we're a way off a sub 20 day, and I think that my goal for sub 20 should probably be the same as your goal for the night of the 2 and 5 in Jan. I feel like by January I should be able to get myself to a point where I could run a sub 20-minute 5K if things don't fall apart. But you never know what's going to happen, so we'll see.
Are you going to look out for someone who might pace you in that event?
Hadn't given it any thought.
Maybe put some feelers out, perhaps, through the pod.
Yeah, it's just sort of pressure.
It is, isn't it?
I'm actually not bad at pacing myself. I mean, there are people that would argue that to be incorrect. After me running, half stepping them for a long run. But anyway, I don't know. I'll give it some thought and I'll figure it out.
All right. Watch this space. All right. Let's head into Vicky's verbalisations.
I was going to skip this.
Are you going to skip it?
Yeah, I think we skip it because I reckon there's a better week to talk about this. So I reckon
I feel like you just mentioned Jack Daniels last week and now we're just going to skip over it this week. We're going to save it. Are we going to save it?
Well,
I'm happy to save it.
No, I feel like we save it for a week when it's relevant to one of us. So okay. We can share it on our stories, I reckon, on Instagram. But basically, this was something that I picked up from Easy Double, and we'll just talk about it now, given we're talking about it.
No. How about we do a teaser and then we'll just stop?
Oh, okay, right. Well, yeah, okay. It's about Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Tune in next week and find out what he said.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's move on. Let's finish things off with weapons of war. So we'll start things off with a debate. Because I saw something on Strava the last couple of days, and I'd like to get your thoughts. I won't call this person out, but maybe I'll put it to you, Tom, first. Now, if you were to run 42.2 kilometers just randomly, and I got it and got a pretty decent time, let's just say you got a PB, would you count that as an official PB, or are you one of those sticklers of the rules to say, look, it has to be a marathon race event for it to count?
If it's a PB, it's PB. No matter when you do it, it's a PB regardless.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And then, Vicky, what are your thoughts?
I guess. I mean, it's an unofficial PB.
It's an unofficial PB. Yep.
I think so.
Maybe some context here. So there was a person who ran Perth Running Festival last weekend. The race didn't go to plan. They went across the finish line, I think, in 3:17, and then they've decided over the weekend to run another marathon. Just loops around Perth to reach 42.2 and smashed it. Went under sub 3. Would you count that? Or does that change anything?
I still reckon it's the same. Strava still says it's a PB.
Yep.
As long as you do the distance and it's the fastest you've done the distance before, regardless. Good on you.
It's funny. So in the UK, there's something called Power of 10, which is where if you're affiliated with a running club or an athletics club, all of your times for any official event show up on Power of 10. Now, I wouldn't count any time that wasn't on power of 10.
Yep.
When I was living in the UK, obviously it's irrelevant now. I think it's an unofficial PB. I don't think it's official. It's not. It can't be official until it's in an official race.
Yep.
That's my view.
Yeah, I'm probably of that view. So you know, Tom, as someone that, you know, is not a stickler for the rules, that's fine. It's okay.
I just make shit up as I go, mate. That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
And then, you know, Vicky, and I'm also in Vicky's camp. I'm a bit of a rule follower. It has to be a race, because if it's not a race, it's an unofficial PB.
Yeah, you guys are all about official events and everything, and then here's me over here just doing fun runs and having a good time.
Yeah.
And in a similar vein, I saw somebody like yesterday. They ran Amsterdam half marathon, and they posted on there, and they are granted a British influencer, posted on their Instagram their previous PB. They're a good runner. Previous PB, I can't remember what it was, like 120, low 120s. And then this time at Amsterdam was about 30 seconds outside of that time, brackets, Strava time. And I'm like, that's not comparable. You can't take a PB from a race that is your time from that race and then compare your Strava time in this race to that, because Strava times are different to race times. So that's just annoys me a bit. And I feel like this is a little bit the same.
It's like the same.
What's on Strava.
Yeah. It annoys me.
But I love running. I'm such a fun runner.
Yeah. I've been trying to bait Vicky into saying something like a little bit controversial.
Trying to get a cancelled
just slowly.
I'm literally, I won't be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to have such anxiety because I'll be like, oh my God, the people are going to hate me.
Yeah. Let's leave it at that. We had Holly Ranson. I just wanted to shout out Holly Ranson. So we had the 24-hour World Track Championships over the weekend in France. So we had 366 athletes across 45 countries competing. Holly Ranson from Australia smashed every single Australian women's record in between. So she smashed the 12-hour record, 100-mile record, 200K, 24 hours all in the one event. Would have broken the world record if it wasn't for bloody Sarah Webster from Great Britain, running 278 Ks in the 24-hour period. But yeah, congrats to Holly. She ran, what did I write there? 274 Ks, which is fucking mental. And yeah, Team Australia coming second also overall in the women's race. So congrats to Holly for doing a phenomenal time. You know, makes the 25 laps on Friday a bunch of piss compared to doing it for 24 hours. So yeah, got to shout out Holly for that mammoth effort. And then finally for me, we have Luke Taylor, who on Sunday, or last Sunday, ran on a treadmill for 7 days straight, pretty much, in an attempt to break the world record for the greatest distance covered on a treadmill for 7 days for a man, which was 843 Ks set by Jamie McDonald back in 2019. He tried to break the record, and part of this was fundraising for premature babies. Because Luke has a personal story behind it. Luke was born prematurely, and without the life-saving equipment provided by Telethon, he wouldn't be around to take on this challenge. So, he took on the challenge. Unfortunately, I think tore his quad on day 5, but still managed a phenomenal number of Ks over the 7 days. I think it was like 735 Ks, which is crazy. That's 730 more Ks that I'm willing to run on a treadmill. So crazy stuff by Luke. He's raised $19,000 for premature babies. So along with Tom's fundraising link, we'll include Luke's fundraising link as part of our episode release. So absolute weapon in Luke. So congrats, Luke, and hopefully no running on a treadmill anytime soon. Any other weapons from you guys that you like to shout out before we wrap the episode?
I don't have any weapons to add other than just absolutely concur with you on both of those, or actually all three of those that were mentioned. Great job to the Australian female team, and also Sarah Webster from Great Britain. I will just call her out again, given that she's from my homeland, and has a very interesting running style, which doesn't look at all efficient, but is an incredible runner nonetheless. So. And to Luke as well. I hadn't heard about Luke's fundraising until today, but I was just having a look at his fundraising page, and that's an awesome effort from him as well.
All right, well, we'll wrap the episode. Tom, thanks for joining us, mate, on a Monday night. All the best for your future endeavours, which may include a run from Kalgoorlie to the coast. So all the best for that. Thank you, Vici, as always, for joining me this week. You can reach us at WA Running Pod on Instagram. You can email us at warunningpodcast@gmail.com, and you can join our Strava group, Warp. Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Do you know the men's record for that 80k loop? No.
I didn't look it
Don't
up.
care.
There's a mixed pairs.
Okay.
Which was Shane Johnston and Nick Coffey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.